Well, hello, let's try this again today. My name's Corrie Thorne. I am the spiritual and emotional consultant, psychic medium, healer, all things in between. Don't like titles, but people seem to need them. I started a journey. This is day 14. This is actually my second walk that I started to do a transformational boot camp with some of my students from More Than Existing, some of my graduates, some that are in each and every level. And I didn't intend it to be a journey that was for everyone else. It was inspired through a dream of hearing that I had to walk through my door, that I had opened a door for everyone else, and I had forgotten that I have to sometimes walk through those doors of completion myself. And it said that I had 2 weeks to complete a journey. So I started the journey 2 weeks ago to clear my mind, to allow my body to receive the healing that it needed. At the time, I wasn't sure exactly what it was all about. But with time, I've come to realize that it was for my muscle memory in my body to do some healing that my mind has done all the work on. And so the healed mind had some body triggers that would come up, that would show up for me, and that I would see and notice. And I just knew that I wasn't really fully myself. And so I started the journey, and I hit yesterday and woke up in the morning and thought, now what? I did the 12 days. And my journey was I decided to walk and talk and do all the healing that I needed to. I had to step out of the way and let the healer within to do the work that needed to be done. So when day 13 hit, I decided to walk again and record and put it on YouTube, of course. So that's where you're seeing this. And today is my day 14. So if this is your second day walking with me, or using my video as you walk, or just sitting home and you just see me walking, that I hope that it is inspiring you to start to take action into taking steps into stepping outside of your comfort, opening a door of opportunity, or opening a door into healing, or stepping into something that you say I shoulda, coulda, woulda, or yeah, I know, but you decide to start to open that door and you start to walk towards something. And I'm walking towards you, walking with you. And I hope these videos help you in some way. So as I walk, I never know what's coming. I never know what wisdom the channel would like to share with you today. So earlier today, it shared a whole lot of wisdom, but the videos kept cutting in and cutting out. And so I was trying to splice them together, and we'll see how this one goes. And depends, it might be 2 days of videos that you get. But here we are. We are on day 14, and for me, day 2 for you, day 3, whichever day this will be. And it may be your day 1. Whenever this video reaches you, then maybe, hopefully, it's inspiring you as well. So I walk these trails and the streets in Sylvan Lake every day. I'm recently moved here, and so this is a new, out of a comfort where I had placed myself in Leduc for 3 years and writing, and moved there to create. Got to know only a small bit about Leduc, and have really gotten to know nothing or nobody in Sylvan Lake, other than the people I say hello in the trails to. So today, I feel like they want to speak about this evening is it's the enemy of the mind. So yesterday we talked about creating that safety and that comfort and feeling the need to protect us. And when I first started this, I knew there was still some enemy within that was challenging me. And I was being challenged to whether or not I was going to allow my body's neurological condition to win. So as you can see, these legs, oh, dust on one knee. These legs were told years ago that I should just give up, stop standing, stop, quit my jobs, do whatever. Eventually I had to give up my career as a hairstylist, but that didn't come until only a couple years ago. And told that I would probably never be able to fully walk again. I shouldn't be able to do what I do now, and I do. So it speaks volumes to what it is to take a negative and reject their truth, reject that answer, and say, that doesn't work for me, and to make a choice to move and to walk. And it's not just health, it's many things in life. It's people rejecting you, it is, and how all the little words you hear and all the conditioning and all the stories that somebody else tells you get you into your mind. And you slowly probably forgive everyone else around you, and sometimes you don't. I can help you with that. But the last person on the list is usually yourself. And I remember having a conversation prior to the release of my book and having to do some major editing, and the true book is still sitting there, but More Than Existing had to be very edited down so that I didn't have to seek permission, because I was kind of tired of that, having to get permission to be me or speak my story, my truth. So anyway, this is, you do become that enemy of your mind. So I had an opportunity to accept the truth and to accept that this would be my life, and I decided not to accept that all of that was going to be true. Do I still have remnants? Do I still have moments? Yes. But I do not have a life that is crippling to a degree that it stops me. I do not have a life that is numbed. I do not numb my life. I do not, and I'm not telling someone else to stop taking your medication. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatric specialist or anything like that. I am a woman who has wisdom and knowledge, a woman who is passed down generations of healer, and a trained healer, and a life coach, and all else in between. But what I'm here to tell you is that I started that journey, and I started walking towards me, and I made that choice that I would not numb what I needed to feel. And there's the difference. It's not that medication wouldn't have worked for me, but if I were to numb it, I maybe would not have felt it bad enough to have wanted to change it. And I needed to feel it in order to continue to not to own it, not to allow it to own me. And there's been periods of times along the way where truth is that I'm human, and it does own you. Hi. And so there was times when this condition did scare me. It was times when but along the way, I did become a little bit of an enemy to myself, and how I became ill was an enemy to myself. Was in my choices and my decisions, I made an enemy in my mind, that I had to be some sort of person that I had to keep apologizing for, that I had to keep making up for. And when I made the decision to cross my story, to step to the other side, to look in at me with the same compassion, the same love that I had for everyone else that I was constantly helping in one way, we're going to go this way, in one way or another, that I was helping constantly, and I would give them all of the guidance and questioning and get them to question themselves and offer, body healing with such love and let it flow through me to them, was that I discovered what would make me any less worthy of receiving, the same love as them, and what would make me any less of a human. Why would I show myself less dignity than I would show somebody else? And in that choice and in that decision, I kept pushing on. And let me change that. I didn't keep pushing on. I decided to surrender me, my body, my mind, and break up with the past versions of myself and decided to stop trying to fix me and decided to accept who and what I was, and that I could never heal the person who was and could never return to her. But I found, without being numb, I could feel this woman of today. And I started to find a level of compassion and kindness that I didn't even know existed. And the power of it all was that it made me very aware of places in my life when you make an enemy in your mind and you're allowing pain to own you, or you're allowing those things to have some sort of ownership over you, you don't realize that you may be probably making enemies with other people, but you're also, looking at other people who are not being very nice or being kind, and you may be a little bit judgmental, say, oh God, how could they do that? How can they behave that way? And then you start to look in the mirror, and I reflect back now and I think, well, I think I was kind of doing that in a way. I was being that person. And that was not very kind. Hello. and I recognized that it wasn't very kind to me or to anyone else, because me staying in as a prisoner of my own mind and my own life really wasn't doing justice to the life that I was here to live. And it's not about finding purpose once you clear your mind. It's about recognizing divine purpose. And we'll talk about that someday on our trails here. But today, it was about releasing the enemy within. And if I can give anyone who's struggling or who's watching this and saying, no, I don't think I can, I don't know if I can move, I don't know if I can, you don't have to physically move today. You have to stay with this and listen to this every day and allow your body to move. Allow the love to flow through your body. Allow the love to flow through you. And open up your heart to allow it to start accepting. Drop out of the mind and stop trying to stop the mind. Just say to the mind, I'm stepping away. I'm breaking up with these stories. And with time, it will slowly happen. But the longer you keep trying to tell it how horrible it is, how stupid it is, how much of an overthinker it is, how much of a control freak it is, the more you are in the mind stories. To set ourselves free is to just start feeling again. Stop numbing. Start feeling. Start allowing. And each and every day that I walk these, I walk with the divine. I call it my Jesus beyond, the light, after the pain, after the judgment, the one who knows beyond. And no, I'm not a religion. I'm not religion-based. But I've walked with this spirit of this man who walked on earth as a constant reminder to me my whole life about if I could be anybody, be the man they put on the cross and to never be the person who puts people on the cross. And for too many years, I did that to me. I sacrificed myself. I challenged myself. I pushed myself beyond what it was capable of doing. And I didn't trust the body. Hi. And I didn't trust that the journey with the body meant that inside of me was the essence of the soul. And at the core of the soul is truth, is guidance. And it's the little flicker of the God within that says, trust me, have faith in me, let me guide you. And for you to have faith means for you to start taking some sort of action towards you. And today, I hope that even if you didn't move today, that you started to believe and have faith, and you start to take action, and that you are walking with me. Even if you're not yet moving off your couch, that you close your eyes and you can travel with me. As I walk, as I move, you're moving. And I hope, and my hope and my wish is that walk with me becomes a movement, a part of more than existing, as you choose to more than just exist in your stories and in your mind, and you stop being an enemy with you. And as I'm going to journey through this beautiful playground and up that hill, remember that inside, behind the enemy of the mind, is a childlike energy. And there's still the laughter, there's still that joy. And we're going to walk that way. And we're going to start walking towards joy and finding what joy really means. The world is where it is, but you can be a light. And if we can be anything today, let's be a light. Let's start amplifying, brightening, shining, and moving the shadows away from our light so that we together can shine bright and be the change that the world needs to see. It starts with one. Today, walk with me. Much, much love. Bye-bye.